Alright guys, welcome to Germany's finest. So this is actually my first YouTube video. Most of you guys probably know me from Instagram. I've made a lot of renderings already. One of my most famous renderings is the 7 Series. I was actually the first one to see that the 7 Series will have split headlight design. And I was also one of the first ones that have done a rendering on the new M5 G80 with a vertical grille layout. And now I wanted to make a YouTube channel where I can talk with you about the latest car updates, talk about the design of the new cars, and go a little bit into detail, what I like, what I don't like, and show you also the process and thought behind the rendering. So if you like the content, leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and also follow me on Instagram. Today I want to talk about a very special car, and it is the M5 G91 Touring, which will come out by the end of 2024. Actually, the last touring model that we got from the M department from BMW was the E61 M5. This thing had a V10, produced 507 horsepower, and the best thing about it was definitely the sound. Since then, they have not produced any M car as a touring until last year when the M5 G81 came out. And now within a short period of time we get the second touring model from the M department, which will be the M5 G91. I have done some renderings on the M5 sedan already from the front, and now I have done one of the M5 touring from the rear. And I will show you the rendering in a few minutes, but first I want to talk about why I never really liked the touring models of BMW and why I think the Audi RS6 is the most beautiful estate. So when we look at this picture, you can already see that Audi has completely focused on its design. Actually, the only parts that were taken over from the base A6 are the front doors and the trunk. All other parts are completely new, developed for the RS6 and the RS7. It might not be the fastest car in its segment, but someone who buys an Audi RS6 doesn't want an E63 or an M5. They really buy the RS6 because of its beautiful design. So what I try to do is I wanted to visualize all the aspects that make the design of the RS6 look so dynamic. And for that I used these lines you can see here. The blue lines should visualize the overall shape of the car, and as you can see it is very dynamic. The side profile is a continuous line, and it is not interrupted by another line or another surface, so the car flows very well. And when you look at the rear of the RS6, you can see that it is a very clean and organic design. They have pronounced the rear bumper and used an additional carbon fiber trim to surround the exhaust pipes. This, combined with the flared out wheel arches, make the whole design flow very well and make it appear almost monolithic. And I think this is mainly the reason why people decide to go with the RS6. And now, as we talked about the positive aspects of the Audi design, let's switch to the current 5 Series Touring. And I want to show you on this example why BMW wagons just do not look that good. And again, I have tried to visualize the roofline with the blue lines here, and you can see that it flows very well until it reaches a point where usually the trunk of the sedan begins, and this just breaks up the line and it doesn't look as dynamic as the Audi. Here I tried to make the line visible, which I think is the biggest problem with the design. It almost looks like the Touring has been an afterthought, and the design was mainly built around the sedan models. And what you can also see is that the spoiler of the car is very high, and you have a very big rear window. So now let's compare it to the spy shots of the next generation 5 Series Touring. So the first thing I noticed when I look at this picture is that the roofline of the car flows much better than on the current 5 Series. You can see that it is almost like on the Audi RS6, and it has only one line in the rear which breaks up the line. Another thing I noticed is they have actually lifted up the line of the window beginning from the B-pillar. This gives the car a very coupe-like shape, almost like on the M4. So they have also made some adjustments on the shape of the rear window, and they have lowered the rear spoiler like on the X1. This gives the car a very sporty and dynamic look. So now let's come to my rendering of the M5 Touring and how these design elements would look on the M5. So this is my interpretation on how the M5 G91 could turn out. You can see that a lot of things have changed from the current model. The first thing you will notice is that the taillights are slimmer, they look sharper and sportier, and we have the vertical reflectors. Furthermore, you can see that I have implemented the lines that I talked about earlier. So we have one shoulder line, one line at the bottom on the side, and the framing from the rear window and the side window looks just sportier. I have managed to lower the spoiler and give it a little spoiler lip like the M5 G91 Touring. So let's have a look on the design features I talked earlier. You can see the body lines are way sportier than the current model. You can also see that they have made the rear window a little bit smaller. This probably compromises a little bit the visibility, but gives the car a much more dynamic look. So you can also see that BMW has learned quite a lot from Audi in designing beautiful wagons. This is clearly visible when you look at the rear bumper. It looks very massive, it is protruding, it gives the car a very sporty look overall. It just gives the car this big overhang, which looks very, very good on a station wagon. And for the first time, the M5 will also get flared out rear wheel arches, which will make the car look extra beefy. So we will also get new wheels and M side mirrors, but I think these are the main design features that I wanted to talk about. And honestly, I think a lot of people who decided in the past to go with the RS6 maybe will change their mind and go with the M5 instead. It will be the more powerful car. It is more capable on the racetrack. It will be faster in a quarter mile, but it will also be very beautiful and also very useful. Honestly, what do you want more from a car? The only problem with this is I think this will be very, very expensive and almost unreachable. Alright guys, let me know which car would you take? Would you go with the RS6 or would you take the M5 G91 Touring? I would go with the M5 honestly, as I think it will be one of the last cars from the M department with an internal combustion engine, and you should get one as long as you can. So if you like the video, don't forget to subscribe, like and share, and also follow me on Instagram, and have a nice day.